the absolute slumping in the cost of producing solar energy. What's behind all of this?
Well, I think it surprised a lot of people. Most of it is improvements in technology, as well as looking at the subsidies that have helped the industry along. So they gained economies of scale, and that's really what it's about, just improvements and expansion in production.
So clearly technology helping. We've got a great chart that's also along in your story showing how much the cost of solar farms has decreased. By 2025, we're looking at how much they're going to be producing dollars per kilowatt. Really is quite phenomenal, the sort of savings. I want to know which countries are leading the charge. I mean, I'm guessing it's the sunnier climes like the Middle East.
Oh, yeah, they certainly help because solar is much more cost effective in sunnier climates. But it's true even in Germany. They led the way in solar expansion early on, willing to spend a little bit more so that they could advance the industry. So it's not going to matter within a decade. It's not going to matter whether you're a sunny country or even a somewhat rainy country. Even your home in England would probably be a good place for solar.
Really? Well, they are growing wine in England now. Nothing will amaze me. But Chris, give us a sense of whether we'll see Donald Trump. We've heard so much talk about the resurgence of coal. Is all that talk? Can coal have any sort of resurgence? He's
fighting market conditions, and the fact is that coal is more expensive than a number of other energy technologies. More expensive than natural gas, more expensive than wind power, and certainly more expensive, about twice as expensive. If you look at the economics of building a new plant now, solar is half the cost of coal.
Now, what intrigued me about the first chart, yes, there is a plummeting in the cost of producing solar energy, but wind looks pretty cost-effective too. Will actually wind end up being the most efficient? And what happens when perhaps the wind doesn't blow and the sun doesn't shine?
Well, one thing that's valuable about the wind and solar combination is they're complementary. Wind generally blows stronger at night. Solar, obviously, better during the day. But I think you'll see both of them continue to expand. But it's going to require all kinds of energy because solar and wind don't always blow. You're going to need some generation that's there when the wind doesn't blow, and that's usually natural gas and nuclear, and less so coal plants.
So talking of nuclear, I was just coming over from Berlin where they've been retrenching out of nuclear post of course, the terrible disaster that happened in Japan. Where does nuclear fit into all of this from a cost perspective, though?
Nuclear is a lot more expensive. It's even harder to gauge because there are so many cost overruns and they take so many years to build. One of the big advantages solar has over all other technologies is once you have the panels, you just drop them, on a roof or on the ground, and you can put up a plant in 6 months. A new coal plant takes years to develop. A new nuclear plant can take a decade, and solar, is so much less than that. You can just advance it to the point where you don't need to worry about the time so much.